Guys, it's Kim, Angel Dream Crafts, and I'm back with my last project for July for Craft Supplies for You. And this time I have actually made two projects, but I'll show you the second one in a minute. This book is all about unicorns, and I was inspired by my friend Amy. We were sitting talking one day, and she said, "Oh, why don't you make a unicorn book?" So I was like, okay, challenge accepted, and I did. So there's a few things that are different about this book, and the first one is that all of the images are printed on silk. They're the same types of sheets that you get for your fabric for your printer, but they're actually silk, and they're so soft. And for this type of a project, because they're unicorns, they actually came out so iridescent, and I doubt the camera will pick it up, but they're very, very iridescent now with the silk, because the silk is so fine and so soft, and it just has this lovely sheen to it. So I was glad that I used the silk sheets to print on, and I got them on Amazon, so they're easy to find. If anybody's interested in the brand name or anything, just message me or leave me a comment down below, and I'll be happy to pass that information on. So this is a fabric book, and I liked it so much, and so did another friend of mine, that she wanted one as well. So I actually have two. These are both going to some friends, so they're both sold, but I thought I would come on and share them with you, and I had planned on using this as a design team project anyway, and I do have to. I'll show you the second one quickly after I go through this one, because they're fairly similar, but there are some differences. So as you can see, I used lots of goodies from Craft Supplies for You. I used this soft, it's sort of a sheer doily for the base of the book. And I folded it over, and I made my binding, and when I make my binding I use felt and muslin, and then I put it all together, and then I put the book, I sew it down the middle so I have a nice spine on it, and then I start embellishing. So again, it's unicorn, and all of the images are printed on silk. I have used some avocado dyed pieces on here, but mostly these are trims in that color that I got from Craft Supplies for You. So I'm sure you can see these beautiful appliques here. Julie is currently sold out of those, but I know she's trying to get them back in. They're just so, so pretty. They have pearls and rhinestones in them. I just absolutely adore these, so she's trying hard to get them in. I used this flower from Craft Supplies for You, which I know she does have in stock. Let's see what else here. This trim, the GIMP trim, is from Craft Supplies for You as well. This eyelet trim was from my stash, and I've had it forever, and I thought this would be a good project to use it up on. This dangle trim was avocado dyed. It is from Craft Supplies for You, and I think she still has this one in stock in white, but I could be wrong. We just had a great big sale over at Craft Supplies for You, and Julie sold out of a lot of stuff, but I know she's got more coming in, so hopefully if that's sold out, or any of these trims are sold out, she'll get them back in soon. On the side here, I've used this beautiful beaded trim from Craft Supplies for You, and these little flowers were cut from a lace from KS4U, and I just put them on the spine and added some bling to them. The butterfly, and this flower, and these flowers, and this box pleated trim were from my stash. What else is here? Oh yes, the little fairy charm here is from Julie's store. She has a huge selection of charms. I love these fairy charms. So that's pretty much the front cover. I added this trim here from my stash around the top, and of course some little pink flowers, because it's a very, very pretty project. So I had to add some of those flowers. So here we go on the first page. And I've added a bit of lace there for my friend. A little secret that I can't show. Oh, there's my stick pin there. 1 second. I put a stick pin in here and it seems to have gone through, so I don't want anybody to stab themselves. There we go. So I made a pocket page first, and I used a Battenberg doily that I had in my stash, and then I just folded the top of it over and I embellished it. I used a doily from Julie's store here over the top, and this tulle trim Julie has in her store. It's in a lovely sort of minty green color, and this trim was from my stash, doily from my stash, and this fabric is in a it's like a stretchy material. I made a flower out of it and just added some bling to it. The dangles on the bottom of the page are all from Craft Supplies for You, and I know Julie's got this one in stock right now. That one there, it's a smaller dangle trim. That one is from her store, and this beautiful trim here is from Julie's store as well. And this one was in stock. I don't think it is. This is the last piece I have of it. It was an 8-inch dangle. She may still have it, I'm not sure, but this is the last I have of it, and I had avocado dyed it. So I just put it on the edge there just to give it just a few more dangles, because dangles are always fun. And I've got a nice deep pocket there to put some goodies in for my friend. This page, I kept it in the same tones as this one, so it sort of went together. And again, printed on silk. This flower trim was from Craft Supplies for You. This beautiful gathered trim here that I did all around is from Julie's store. This trim was from Julie's store here, and I had that in my DT package this month. And these beautiful beaded flowers that you can see here with the dangles, that's from Julie's store as well. Bling from my stash, and this beautiful mint green, it's like an embroidered trim. That's from Julie's store, and I'm pretty sure she's got that in stock right now. This trim at the top is from Julie's store. I've got it over here too, and I actually put Dreams Really Do Come True on the inside of this. And dangles from my stash here at the bottom, and then this beautiful embroidered trim at the bottom, which I hope you can see, is from Julie's store. So that's that page. And then this is the middle section, and I did some beautiful blues and turquoises here. I used a lot of my dyed laces on here and trims, glue string. This trim at the bottom is from Julie's store. It was originally white, and I dyed it, and it's this beautiful turquoise now. These appliques here that you see here, these beautiful big bridal appliques, are from Julie's store. And I've got one on each side. I sort of kept these pages symmetrical. These beautiful blue flowers here that you see all around the pages, they're from Julie's store. Let's see, this trim is from Julie's store, but I cut it up into leaves. So it's hard to see it, I think, but you get the idea. And that's what I like to do with a lot of my trims, is cut them up and repurpose them. This little gimp trim here at the top, right along here, that's from Julie's store, and she has that one in stock because I checked, because I want to get more. I'm nearly out. I used some of my dyed bridal trims on each side, some butterflies from my stash, and then a little crown charm dangling down the center. That was from my stash. So yeah, and then I used this iridescent trim at the top that I got on eBay a long time ago. And I just thought that went perfectly with the unicorns. Sparkly. So that's the middle section. And then this page here, I sort of made an oval with another beautiful silk image of a unicorn. More bridal trim. This trim down here is from Julie's store. I think she still has this one in stock, this one here. And then this one under here is from Julie's store as well. And I love this one. It reminds me of a doily. And it's got these beautiful flowers on it that you can cut out. And then another one of her flat laces that I put underneath it. And let's see what else. Some of these are vintage. This one was a trim from my stash and I dyed it, same with the leaves. I added a little crown charm. This is more of that gimp trim from Julie's store around the picture. And I added some vintage lace at the top and a little flower from my stash. So that's that page. And the last page, again, I have some goodies in there for my friend, is another pocket page. And this beautiful butterfly is from Julie's store, and I thought it went really well with the color tones. And more of the beautiful dangle trims from Julie's store here. More of this trim at the bottom here again, and then more of the same. I just went right across with the trims. I added some bridal trim from my stash, but this beautiful trim here that you see is like a beautiful flat lace with the pearl trim. That's from Julie's store. So I got another nice deep pocket here as well. Now the back page is this little image that I had in my stash and my friend liked it, so I put it on the back, surrounded it with more of the gimp trim and a couple of little flowers. I kept the back pretty simple. So that is my unicorn book number 1, and I will be back with book number 2. Okay, so here I'm with the other book, and you can see that they're quite similar, but definitely different. And I will point out the differences. This one has the sentiment on the front, which says dreams do come true, which is what my other friend asked for on the front. And I didn't have the same doily, so what I used for the book for this one was a polka dot curtain. I'm not sure you'll be able to see it, but it just worked out really cute. It's white on white polka dots. I don't think the camera's going to pick it up, but I thought polka dots would work for a unicorn. So that's what I used. And I did the same treatment with the photo. I used the gimp trim from Julie's store and the box pleated trim from my stash, but this time I went around the edge with this beautiful lace right here from Craft Supplies for You. I absolutely love this lace, and now I'm out of it, so I have to get more. It's really beautiful, and I just gathered it with a whip stitch and went around the edge with it. This little daisy trim here, this one's from my stash, but Julie has it in the store, but with a blue center. This one has a pink center, so that would work as well. I added another flower from KS4U there. More of the same appliques that are now out of stock that she's trying to get back in. Beautiful dangle trim here, and it came in this beautiful rose color already, this little trim. I hope I can get it there so you can see it. Yeah, that one there. Sorry, let me get it back here. It's hard with so many layers. There we go. You can see it right there. And it already came in this beautiful rose color. It's very close to the color you get when you avocado dye. So I was happy about that. And then this pink lace is from Craft Supplies for You as well. She has beautiful like broad laces, flat laces, and I just love them because you can gather them up and they just work so beautifully. So, and there's some of the polka dot curtain you can see right there. And I kept a little trim on the bottom of the curtain. And I used a few other things from my stash, the butterfly. And what I did here with the butterfly and on the other one is I used some of the Tim Holtz Tattered Rose spray. And I just delicately painted it on to pick up the color in the center and let it dry. And then I added a little charm here that says Hope. So there's a few different touches than the other one for sure. And of course my favorite new little thing that Maggie White got me addicted to, the little clay flowers. So here is these two pages, and you can see they are Similar, but not that similar. I used another doily from my stash. I didn't have another Battenberg one, but I did have one with some cut work on it. And I made this really nice pocket here. It's nice and deep. And I added this beautiful butterfly, which I believe I showed in my DT kit, but Julie has them. They're just gorgeous. And I put the butterfly there, gathered some trim. This trim is from Craft Supplies for You as well. Made a little rosette flower. This beautiful trim here is from Craft Supplies for You, as is this dangle, and of course the tulle trim. I added just I think this trim here was just from my stash. It was from a curtain, the one I used in the background there, and the box pleated trim is from my stash, as are the little mint green flowers. So on this page here, I used some of my dyed bridal trim, and it's blue with the edging, the lace, I guess the cording in the bridal trim. It picked it up as green, which I thought would go really well. Now this photo is different than the other ones I used in the book because I already had it printed off, so I didn't want to waste it because the silk, you know, you don't want to waste what you've got printed. So, and I used another one of the beautiful flowers from Julie's store, the beaded flowers. And this trim is from Craft Supplies for You, but I know she sold out of it, and I'm hoping she gets it back in because I just love it. This trim I used in the other book as well, but this time I used it at the base, and it's this gorgeous mint green embroidered trim. I absolutely love, love, love this lace. It's so pretty. So that's what I did there, and of course I added this trim from Julie's store, this beautiful gathered lace. I did 2 layers of it, and then at the top here, you can see up here I did, this is a newer trim from Julie's store, and I used that at the top of the book there. This flower was from my stash, as was the butterfly trim at the top there, and then I added some of the green clay flowers and of course bling, because you gotta have bling. The middle pages are fairly similar in this one as what they were to the other book, so I won't go in great detail. I did do the top a little bit differently, and I added some of the blue clay flowers across the top. And this little crocheted crown was given to me by Lily when she gave me a rack a while ago, and it's the last one I have, so I thought I would put it in here, and I added some bling to the top of the crown. This sort of rainbow trim here is from my stash, and I added some pink clay flowers there as well. This butterfly here and this butterfly over here were cut from a larger piece of lace that I had in my DT package, and I just added some rhinestone bling to it. This page is again similar but has its differences. I used the same photo, but I actually reversed it so the unicorn's facing the other way. This big beautiful flower is from Julie's store, and I added one more of the appliques, and that's it. I'm completely out of them now. So I do hope she gets them back in. More dangle trim. This beautiful blue and pink lace here was given to me by Maggie White. Hi Maggie. A while ago, and I hated to part with it, but I know it's going to a good home, and it just matched perfectly, so I had to use it. The leaves at the top are from my stash, but I dyed them with the Dylon dye, and then these flowers I cut out of a lace from Julie's store. And yeah, this gimp trim was from my stash, so that's that page. And then here I've got another pocket page. Again, I used the butterfly from Julie's store. This trim here is from Craft Supplies for You with the little roses on it. You can see it's got a lovely, nice deep pocket. And this trim is from Julie's store that I gathered around the edge. Some bridal trim. This gold crown here is from Julie's store as well. Huge selection of charms. And then this beautiful gathered trim that I did all the way around is from Julie's store as well. The back of the book I kept simpler on this one because this one's going to a younger person. And I just added some doilies and flowers some trim, and I've put my label underneath there. That's made by me, and you can see the polka dot curtain there. And then some iridescent trim, and then this beautiful trim here with the sequins that's iridescent is also from Craft Supplies for You. So that is my DT projects. I did not mean to make two, but it just worked out that way. Sometimes that happens. And there are my two books. Let me see if I can get them both in shot here. There they are, my two unicorn books. So I hope that you like them. And let me know what you think in the comments. All of my links are down below, including Craft Supplies for You store. So take care, everybody. Bye-bye.